very pleasant good day to you, and welcome once again to Grow with IPED. You know, IPED, we are here on the program every week, and we bring to you information of small, micro, and medium-sized entrepreneurs to help you to get going and keep growing with IPED. And here today, I'm very, very happy to be at Hatfield Street, and here I am at the premises of the New Foundation Initiative. And my program here today, we'll be talking about the work of the New Foundation Initiative. But before I go into the New Foundation Initiative, I must say a hearty welcome to Mr. Mark Peters, who is IPED's officer, who is responsible for this project. A very hearty welcome to you, Mark.
Thanks, Mr. Singh, and good day to our viewers, and thanks for having me again on the program.
Well, you know, Mark, to begin with, just to give our viewers an idea, just a little introduction of the New Foundation Initiative.
Yes, the New Foundation Initiative is a small group that is formed by visually impaired persons, and that group basically, what they do, they convert waste into worth. That is the most important thing that they do. The motto basically is to education is the key to a better life, and in order for them to do that, they have been doing a lot of things. One of the things is that, like I said before, is converting waste into worth. And I'm not going to get into it more. I want them, the group members, to share with you what they have been doing in order to make Guyana a more cleaner, or creating a more cleaner and safer environment for all of us.
You know, Mark, I like the motto of the group. Education is the key to a better life. It makes me remember, you know, one of the quotes from the popular or the late great Nelson Mandela, who once said that education is the most powerful weapon with which we can use to change the world. And isn't that so?
Yes, indeed, Mr. Singh.
Yes, indeed. And here today, viewers out there, you'll see for yourself, you know, what the New Foundation Initiative has done and what they're doing, utilizing products that you and I would throw away to make very useful items, you know, very, very beautiful and wonderful items. So thank you very much, Mr. Mark Peters, IPED's officer, and I'll be chatting shortly with the coordinator of the New Foundation Initiative, Miss Kenzina Ramon. Are you a speaker? Yes. Good. Well, you know, I've said that I'll be talking to Miss Ramong, and you know, Miss Ramong is a very enterprising, you know, person. You know, ever since I've met her, I only spoke with her once, and you know, I call her on the phone. You know, the very first time I called her on the phone, and she said, "You have to be Mr. Singh from IPED." I was shocked. I was amazed. You know, this is a very amazing person, Miss Kenzina Ramong. To begin our discussion, Miss Ramong, before we talk about the New Foundation Initiative, talk a bit about yourself, you know. Talk a bit about yourself.
All right. Well, basically, what am I going to say about myself? I love people. I love projects. I love life. I love the world and what it has to offer. I was born in the penitentiary. Later I grew up in Durban Street. I went to St. Stephen's Church of Scotland. Wonderful teachers like Mrs. Moria, Mr. Rill, Mr. Giddings, nice people. And I think God has given me a gift. Because you mentioned education. A lot of us feel that education is only academics, you know? But education is life itself with every single thing in it. The art, the craft, the love for agriculture, the love for creating, because we are created by God to create. Genesis, what did he say? Go ye out into the world. Huh?
Quite
Jesus
true.
said that.
Quite true.
And he said, okay, you go. Create. Multiply. And that is what we should be doing. But I want to give credit. Every time I'm on interviews like this, I cannot help but see my grandmother.
Okay.
I grew up with my grandmother, and she never gave me time to idle. At 9, I was playing the piano. I was doing crafts, sewing with my hands, embroidery, things like that. Basically, I was a slow learner myself. So the craft and art, you may have very turning letters and so from craft and art. So she taught me how to design certain things by knitting and sewing and forming little things. So it is something that I think not only the born with, but the culturing of it. So every time I always remember my grandmother, and even though I think she's smiling somewhere up there to see that. You know.
Right.
But she wanted me to be an lawyer, mind you.
Okay. You've just heard there Miss
Yes.
Kenzina Ramong, and you know she's the coordinator of the new foundation initiative located at Hadfield Street, Workmanville. And it's located on the premises of the Universal Church of Scientific Truth. And you know why this group is so amazing, you know, is because, as Mark said earlier on, is that they are involved in turning waste into items of worth, amazing items, you know. But let me go back to Miss Kenzina. Miss Kenzina, let us talk about the origin of the new foundation initiative, how it all started, what prompted this group to come together.
The initiative is really taking the program to communities. So we were in Duke Street, Kingston, and we went to Newtown, and then we came across here, and this is where we are.
How long have you been here?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes, I came in 2009.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your membership like? How many persons do you have in this group?
Roughly about 15 or thereabout, or maybe more. Maybe more.
Okay, 15 or
15
more.
or more, 15
And these persons are all visually impaired?
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Those who are not visually impaired are totally blind, but then the disability in other areas too, not only the vision.
Okay.
You have some of us that said in amputees, some are there, a variety. But I look at those with learning disabilities.
Okay.
The slow learners, the children who like Neil and Hair.
Right.
I see.
Okay.
So,
Here I am at the New Foundation Initiative, and I'm talking with Miss Kenzina Ramong, and she is the coordinator of the New Foundation Initiative. And this is a group, you know, amazing. It's a group, a very amazing group. It's a group of persons who are disabled or physically challenged, you may want to say, because they would not want me to say that they're disabled, because they are doing amazing things that we who are not disabled maybe are not doing, you know, and they are turning waste into useful products. Ms. Ramong, let us talk a bit about the products you all produce here at the New Foundation Initiative.
well, we are now producing rubbish bins from empty bottles.
Rubbish bins from empty bottles.
Yes. And not only bins, they can be turned into clothes baskets, food baskets, whatever.
So these are empty drink bottles.
Empty drink bottles that are thrown away. So we have the pile out there, and then we, using other material, of course, we are able to assemble bins.
Right, our viewers can maybe see those bins, the completed bins in the background there. You know, bins made of Coca-Cola bottles, bins made of
Water
Aquamist water bottles, you know, bins made of Sprite bottles as well. And you use wire to really get
Hold
them
them
together,
together, yes.
you know. So tell me something. These water bottles, where do you get them from?
Well, we want to thank Docal for providing the bottles, because they gave us an arrangement. They provide us with the bottles. We assemble the bins, and then they purchase the bins.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
that's wonderful, and
That's
that gave us a
wonderful.
good start.
I think we need to say thank you,
Thank
a
you
big
to-
thank you to
yes.
Dokal, you know.
Yes, I can't remember
That's
the
amazing,
name
you know.
of
It's
it.
amazing. It's a real good social responsibility of Dokal
I
to
think-
provide bottles to this group and to really accept and take the finished products off.
Yes.
That's great.
Great.
That's great.
I think Mr. Robert is the person who initiated that. And I must give credit to Brother Steve Douglas of Bravo Arts.
Okay.
Because last year we had this program. I heard the program. I was just stuck with the vases, the plastic vases
Right.
and little sweetie balls. But when I heard him talk about bottles and so on, I called and I invited him to come over and give us a demonstration, which he did. And from then on, That's how we work together. So I think that we need to give credit to Steve also.
Of Doka?
Yes, as a matter of fact, no, not of Doka, but Bravo Arts.
Of Bravo Arts,
yes,
okay.
I think the sample we have there is the one he brought.
Okay.
And he showed us how to assemble them, as well as plastic flowers.
Right, because I was coming to that.
Yes.
Apart from plastic bottle bins,
Yes.
what else do you produce
Plastic
here?
flowers.
Plastic flowers.
And other ornaments, because we were experimenting with other things too.
But you know, tell me something, what bothers me? How do you all get to do these things when you're, you know, some of you all are visually impaired? Is it what? The sense of
Touch.
feeling and
Yeah,
touch?
that's right, touch.
Talk about that.
Touch. I call it using the inner vision.
The inner vision. That's a
Yes.
seventh sense.
Second sense.
Second sense.
Because the other senses come to your rescue.
Yes.
For me, I should have been totally blind if I had allowed it to creep in.
Okay.
But so you use the inner vision, you see things naturally as if you're seeing it. So people don't even believe that I'm visually impaired sometimes. The only thing is me in the traffic. But as long as I get used to the space, I walk around, I sweep, I do. But the touch, the hearing is more acute.
I know that.
The vibration you feel.
You know,
so
they say when we're deficient in one of our senses,
the
others are
come
sharper.
to the rescue.
And I
right.
guess based on what you're telling me here now, that is indeed so.
Yes,
It's
but
indeed
the
so.
touch for plastic, you have to touch, you feel.
Okay. So apart from plastic bottle bins, vases, what else do you
Well,
use
we
here?
use the ends of material like scraps. So if you check, you see we have a complete toilet.
Scraps, that's
scrap,
cloth.
Cloth, yes.
Cloth.
You see, we use that to, like, we have the scrap mat. It's not complete yet.
Right.
But we have that. We have the toilet bowl cover. We have the mat for the toilet bowl and the bathroom mat.
Okay. You know, I've seen you're using also those toilet paper,
The
that
wrappers,
centerpiece.
yes.
What you do with that?
Well, those two can make flowers, with wall flowers.
Okay.
We can also, we are experimenting with other things that can be done to use them to make like a tree out
Okay.
of that. And other things, of course, you must add them. Then the plastic bags.
Okay.
That-
Talk
yes.
about that, you know, these little, what you
Yes.
call them?
Well-
Maybe we can have these cushions, you know.
Yes. Well, the cushions, we wouldn't call that waste. But we call that more crap. But in the cushion of itself, those are stuck with the plastic bags that we throw away.
Maybe we can have one. I just want our viewers out there to
Yes,
have a look at
please,
one of these cushions, you
please,
know.
fine.
These are cushions that are stuffed
True,
with
with
plastic bags. Look at this. Amazing. You know, inside of these cushions, if we were to open
Yes, you'll
the
find
zip
the
here,
plastic bags.
you'll find they are stuffed with plastic bags. You know, plastic bags maybe that we have no use for. And remember that in our opening statements, we said that this group, the New Foundation Initiative, is all about turning
Waste.
wastes, things that we would not use, you know, or things we would throw away, into very useful products. And here we have a beautiful product here, you know, with plastic bags that we would have thrown away. Well, here I have Miss Jordan, and before talking to Miss Jordan, you know, I was told that Miss Jordan, you know, is an amazing person, you know. All you have to do is to prompt her and to start her off, so she can talk and talk and talk. So, Miss Jordan, a very hearty welcome to